afternoon, everyone, and happy holidays. It's my pleasure to welcome you this gorgeous South Florida day to the Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens. I have the great pleasure of serving as the chairwoman of our Board of Trustees, and we thank you, our distinguished guests, members, and visitors for joining in our historic ribbon cutting ceremony and jazz concert. We're grateful to share this memorable occasion and holiday spirit with you. Thank you. Before we begin our ceremony, let me share that the 4th annual Jazz and Gospel in the Gardens concert series is kicking off today with one of 4 concerts this season, thanks to the leadership and support of our honorary chair, Lois Pope. Lois, would you please be recognized and stand for us? We also gratefully acknowledge the sponsorship of the Jim Moran Foundation, whose generosity enables us to bring students throughout Palm Beach County who may not otherwise have an opportunity to experience live music in this setting with firsthand engagement with our outstanding musicians and artists. And this program is delivered across our educational initiatives here at the Gardens. Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens' mission is to enrich lives with nature, art, and history. And we recognize the many ways preservation connects us to the power of place, our shared identity, and the ability to uplift the human spirit with beauty, creativity, and education. This organization is now celebrating its 46th year, honoring Ann Norton's vision to serve our community through cultural, horticultural, and educational experiences combining the magic of nature and the arts to delight the hearts and minds of 40,000 visitors annually. Let me recognize our preservation co-chairs, Harvey Oyer and David Miller, for their extraordinary leadership of our restoration initiative themed Protecting a Legacy, which is so unique to our state and to our country. The Gardens is extremely fortunate to have an outstanding board of trustees, as well as our staff, which is led by Managing Director Margaret Horgan, and their passion and devotion for serving our community and visitors is truly remarkable. Thank you all. In recent years, Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens implemented a master plan for restoration of this property, which also included well-deserved national recognition for this important historic site. Among the many accomplishments we celebrate today, Ann Norton was posthumously inducted into the Florida Artists Hall of Fame, and Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens was selected as a member of the Historic Artist Homes and Studios program of the National Trust for Historic Preservation. That is a prestigious circle of historic sites of well-known American artists. In addition, Ann Norton's rare palm and cycad gardens, the second largest collection in Florida, have been designated as a national arboretum. During our restoration process, the Gardens has established a cornerstone welcome garden, providing a beacon of historical significance for our community and visitors, coupled with an official state marker recognizing Ann Norton along Flagler Drive. We're also celebrating the conservation work for all 9 of Ann Norton's monumental sculptures, the restoration of Ann Norton's historic artist studio built in 1948, which carries the spirit and evolutionary work of this incredibly accomplished female artist. And today, we're rededicating the historic Norton House for the first time in a century, following the design of 2 prominent Florida architects, Maurice Facio and Marion Sims Wyeth. We rejoice in another phase of enhancements in this multi-year preservation process that adds to our gardens as a cultural legacy. We are introducing a newly refurbished historic Orchid House Plaza, which will be the centerpiece for educational and cultural programming, and a beautiful pollinator garden to continue to attract even more of South Florida's extensive collection of native and migrating butterflies and birds. I hope you'll have an opportunity to visit the new gallery space, which has doubled in size, and to stroll the gardens to see the improvements as a result of the dedication of our garden co-chairs, Sarah Bennett and Jeff Coons, along with an incredibly experienced group of volunteers. The Gardens is also proud to showcase our current exhibition titled Abundance of Riches, created by accomplished sculptors Luis Montoya and Leslie Ortiz, whose amazing career in sculpting spans more than 40 years. We're so delighted you can be with us today. Let me recognize the many trustees and donors who have so generously contributed their vision and gifts to our Protecting a Legacy campaign, including our grant partners, the Mary Alice Thornton Foundation, the Cornelia T. Bailey Foundation, the Barker Welfare Foundation, and the Gentlemen of the Garden, and our extraordinary supporters in Sally and Bill Soder, Jeffrey Fisher, Cynthia Anderson, Cynthia Salzberger and Stephen Green, Susan and Bob Wright, Helene and Matt Lawrenson, Caroline and Nicholas Rafferty, Sarah and Jim McCann, Becky and David Gotchman, and our newest trustee, Iris Apfel. The beautifully engraved crystal pieces we're displaying in honor of our donors this afternoon bear a motif taken from the original Wyeth drawings in Ann Norton's collection, featuring the dolphin design over the fireplace in the living room of the Norton house. It is the generosity of these leaders that serve as a guiding light for Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens, and we thank you all for your incredible commitment to the future. Would you join me once again in applauding them and their dedication to protecting a legacy? Our deep gratitude is also extended to architect Tim Houlihan, who possesses more than 35 years of preservation experience and a deep appreciation for this historic site, as well as our contractor, Marty Cerise. Together, they continue to deliver our restoration projects on budget and schedule with great enthusiasm for all they contribute to our community. Thank you, Tim and Marty. Today, we're also proud to introduce our artist in residence for the season, the iconic Harry Benson, who has not missed capturing a single important moment in history through his photographic lens for more than 6 decades. Harry's work in memorabilia, which includes first ladies, presidents, beloved celebrities, and memorable cover stories and photography for publications celebrated throughout the world, will debut in the Norton House in February with a spectacular exhibition in partnership with Holden Luntz Gallery titled Picturing History. We look forward to an incredible exhibition opening in February, and we thank Harry and his wife Gigi for their partnership this season. As we celebrate preservation and our ribbon cutting today, especially at a time of unprecedented growth in South Florida, we're grateful to you for embracing Ann Norton Sculpture Gardens as a treasured part of our distinguished Florida history and our American cultural heritage. It's now my pleasure to invite our trustees and supporters to come forward to help us cut the ribbon.
All right, guys.
Okay. When we say 3, we have to put our arms in the air and cheer.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Great. Okay.
I want to introduce myself. I'm Margaret Horgan. I'm the Managing Director. And I want to thank you all for joining us today for this historic occasion. And thank you all for your generous support. I wanted to let you know that we have a couple of exciting things that during intermission you might want to come and check out. Up in our new pollinator garden, CJ McCartney will be there giving an overview of what we have happening in the pollinator garden, which I think everyone will enjoy. You'll be treated to a beautiful display of butterflies flying around. They're very happy there. Also, we wanted to let you know that our new museum store is open, and just to come in and check out Louise and Leslie's exhibition too when the band takes a little break, and then afterwards as well. So, without further ado, it's my great pleasure to introduce this band, which has been with us from the very beginning of this jazz and gospel concert series. And Troy Anderson and the Wonderful World Band are everyone's favorites. They make everyone smile, and we're so happy that they're here to celebrate with us and all of you today. Enjoy.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, hats and cats, boys and girls. Welcome to the groovy little place here. We're gonna have some fun with you, man. Let's go with it, huh? I said hello. Iris, this is Daddy, baby. It's so nice to have you back where you belong. You look as swell, Iris. I can tell, Iris. You keep glowing, you're still growing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying for the boys to play. One of our old favorite songs way back when. Yes, fun. Take the rap fellas, find them on the empty lap, yes. Iris, never go away, you can't come on. We were apart. You bother me still. Oh, for you were my thrill. On Blueberry Hill. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Fooled you, didn't I?